Very interesting story tonight. Go figure out all the friggin' times I go about talking about Mount Washington in a recent missing person case. This kid right here from Drake and Mass decided to take himself to Mount Wachusett for a hike. His car was found here at Pickenham Notch, whatever the hell that is. Pinkham Notch. In the parking lot anyways here. Something about whenever he jumped on a Greyhound bus. Took off. But don't know. But like I said, talking about Mount Wachusett, and then all of a sudden a missing person case comes up. And they're talking about that this kid maybe had suffered from mental health issues. Go figure. I don't know what this kid was, what anybody was thinking, not keeping their eye on this kid, but sometimes you can't always keep your eyes on your kid too much. You know, it's tough. I know I have problems with my kid there. I was having him go run out, leaving the house, be gone 2-3 days. You know, what the hell can you do? You're trying to lock up your kid in a friggin' house and make him prisoner. Sometimes kids get it, sometimes kids don't. You know? But anyways, I mean, it sucks when kids come up missing like that. So I don't know if anybody... Where was he? Cutler River drainage. I don't know what the hell he be doing by a drainage. Who knows if he went in that drainage? Like I said, who knows if he hit himself and then jumped on a Greyhound bus. Whatever the case may be, it's always a sad story when kids don't know what to do themselves. Do for themselves. Get the proper help. So I mean, yeah, seeing this missing person come up like this, hopefully they find them somewhere. You know, you always don't want to think the worst, but if that is the case, what the hell can you do? Like I say, sometimes kids just have enough. Don't wanna. These days, I'll tell you, man, and why I want to do this video is because these days, oh man, I can see how it's tough. I'll tell you, man, just to fill out an application for kids to get a job, oh my God. I have to do a video on that. I've been meaning to. But I had to help my son with his application. And I'll tell you something, it's not freaking nice. What they need you to do these days just to fill out an application, don't get me wrong. With the way the world's going today, it's not surprising, but the way the world's going and kids these days ain't got independence like my day. In my day, man, I've been roaming since I was 4 years old. Yeah, that's right. 4 years old, you heard me. I mean, I used to sneak out of the yard. Friggin' dog used to dig holes under the fence. I'll be following the dog out the yard, going to the old lady's house next door, eating cookies and milk. Oh, hell yeah. You got treats and I know where they are. I'm going. I don't know, man, but today's kids, they just ain't got that street smarts. You definitely need street smarts to get anywhere in the world, especially today. And when the schools, I'll tell you, I've been dealing with the schools for a long time, and I'll tell you, I got to do a video on that, and they should have never ever took out resource rooms. I mean, I do a lot of reading, researching, because I'm into history. Kids these days ain't into shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to here and there get into a game and get lost in it. Like, I beat the game Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The only thing I did not do in that game was find all the hidden stuff. Then came out San Andreas. I beat that game too. Took me a few months, but I beat it. And I mean, I love gaming, don't get me wrong. You get me in that, it's another world, man. And sometimes it's good. I think it's good that these kids, if they know how to use it right, that these games get them into another world in the reality of today, because today, man, is real brutal. Just brutal. And the way they're educating our kids these days, man, is not good at all. And I was told in a meeting, and I'm going to say this right now, and I'll tell you, I'm pretty pissed off, and it leads to the resource rooming. Like I said, I need to do a whole video on this subject, but teacher told me in an IEP meeting that the kids that, pretty much don't want to succeed, don't want to listen, or let alone gonna take in what the hell they're talking about in the classroom. This person told me flat out blunt, we can't sit there all day and help these kids. If they don't want to do something, we can't force them, and and you know what? Then you shouldn't have took out the resource rooms. Whoopee. It doesn't matter if they're friggin' people used to call people in resource rooms sped retards. Oh, you stupid idiot, you're in a resource room. I used to be called the zoo crew when I was up in that place. I mean, yeah, that's right, call me the zoo crew. I mobilized myself to be the zoo crew and the king of the jungle there, too. And I used to be telling you, and you're messing with a goddamn wild animal. You want to think you're going to pick on my ass, right? But I got through. And I got through because the classes were small. I don't care who friggin'... I had people in the resource room busting my balls. So let alone going to sit in a regular classroom with a smart-ass person. A person with intelligence, a person with a snooty nose stuck up in the air. So, I mean, I can just imagine what this kid was going through. I mean, he looks like a high, outgoing kid, man. But behind smiles like this, sometimes leads a dark secret. So, I'm hoping the best for this kid. If he is found, I hope he gets help. I hope his parents take a little bit more time to get help. Because I'll tell you, if you're not at these meetings, and there's been teachers that told me, and also the head of education department, and I'm talking about the head main man, sitting there telling me and my wife and my son that a lot of these meetings that we have, parents don't even show up. So it's about to wonder why kids are left to fend for themselves and not know nothing. And when they see themselves in that predicament, I mean, just being helpless, it sucks. It friggin' royally sucks. And I'm sick of sitting back and looking at this crap happening, because I got kids of my own that are going through this. So, and all I can do is help them with their issues that they're going through with, just like this kid. If he had mental health problems, I bet you and I guarantee I could tell just by looking at him, or just even to get into his house and look around to see what he I could tell right there. I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist, but you know what? I've learned from the best. I've watched the best, and I've even read about the best, so that's me. I like to do things like that and keep myself educated, even though, I'll tell you, my IQ ain't friggin' high. Never went to college. And when I passed through high school, hey, I passed with friggin' D plus and C's and B's. I wasn't no goddamn A student. And a lot of my stuff, I'll tell you, I did with memory, like math. I did my math with remembering other problems that I did. Reading and writing, I just got into that and looked in the dictionary. I didn't care. I mean, I love reading and writing because of my poetry and looking up stuff, but, you know, I got through it. I can write lyrics. I can't write music, but I can play on it. Give me a guitar, a drum set, and I'll make a beat, become alive. I got an ear for music, you know. I can do things that I've watched and learned, just like Eddie Van Halen didn't learn from a book. He learned from just picking that damn son of a bitch guitar up and just play. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. And people like this going missing, man, I think about this stuff and I just get scared, because this is one thing that would scare me as a parent, losing a son or a family member or anything, a friend getting missing. That's the scariest thing to ever think of. I mean, I don't fear much, but when you got a helpless kid like this, or any type, it's just brings open a door in your friggin' mind and heart that says, whoa. And then they're missing, and then if they end up missing for many, many years down the road, never found, it's like disappear off the face of the earth. That even makes it more gut-wrenching. Like something dug a knife in you and just, say so, a parasite eating you from the inside out. And you can't get rid of that pain and catch it. You can't get it out of there. And then by the time it's all said and done, and you've lived your life and your age and you're old, and this person or family member or friend that still hasn't been found, that parasite's eating you alive, you're dead. So I mean, hopefully I can help shed some light on this. I wanted to do this because a lot of times I try and get as much as I can in on somebody if they're missing. And it just hits home. You never know what happens in this world. Never. You don't know who's out there stalking, creeping. And them are the people, man, I'd like to friggin' bash their skulls in, too. I'll tell you, man, serial killers and all these kind of people that they exist, I'd have a field day with them, in my eyes. But, hopefully this kid gets found. Hopefully he ain't the worst, but, yeah, you never know. Because the dark man's always out there behind you doing something stupid. Sucks to say, but that's reality, folks. Well, until that next video, be safe, take care, and beware. Just can't predict this crazy friggin' world. It sucks, but like I said, that's reality, folks. Out.